Can somebody please explain me what in the world did I just see today? Today was yet another game which we had a very big chance of taking it by the scruff of the neck, you know, by going in at the San Mames, getting those 3 points, separating ourselves even more from Atletico Madrid and a Real Madrid, which certainly is becoming more competitive of late. And we just threw that opportunity out the window. We didn't even care what we were doing today on the field. Barcelona, for the, probably third match in a row, has been overcome by their opposition. This has really been a very disappointing game. Athletic BIlbao had absolutely everything to win this game. It was just thanks to Marc Andre Ter Stegen that they didn't find the back of the net, because in all honesty, all of Athletic BIlbao's players were much better than the ones on Barcelona today, and I'm including Lionel Messi on that one as well. I don't want to do this, but, well, he wasn't the best, but not because of he was playing bad, but because the other people around him were not performing at the level they need to be. Luis Suarez was not in the game. He was making a lot of different errors. He was still making those runs, and the attitude was right, but he was not up to scratch today. And the same with people like Philippe Coutinho. Today was a wonderful chance again to put Coutinho in the midfield due to the injury of Arthur, but instead Ernesto Valverde decided to put Coutinho further up the field, where he just cannot have an impact because he's not that player. When has Philippe Coutinho been a finisher? When has he been the guy to finish those chances? Never. Never throughout his career he has been able to do that. He has been always the guy creating those chances, and today we would have been very, I think, rewarded by having Coutinho in the midfield, but no, Valverde decided to start Rakitic by decree by now, and I'm completely fed up with that, because Rakitic can be a wonderful player, yes he can be, but he's not gonna be it every single game. That's not what he does. That's not that type of player, you know. Even though he has been amazing in the 3-4 years past with Barcelona, today and also the game against Real Madrid, he was not the best. So just take him out and put a player in that position that is going to work, like a Coutinho, like a person like, for instance, Arturo Vidal. Keep Arturo Vidal on the field. Why would you take him out? He was giving it absolutely all. The attitude was there for Vidal, but for Rakitic, it was completely gone. So that completely leads me to believe that Ernesto Valverde is really kind of not being harsh enough. He's not being strict enough. He's been a little bit flexible with what he decides to do in substitution and stuff like that. Not exactly in the sense that he's not bringing them at the moment where we need an impact, but just because he makes the wrong substitutions every single time. For instance, Carlos Aleñá was great that he was played here. You know, it was great because we needed that kind of like player that was going to help us retain the ball a little bit more due to the pressure of Bilbao, and certainly someone that can help us string some few passes together. Come on guys, we're freaking Barcelona and we need a player to help us string passes together. Really? Are you kidding me? No. And well, Aleñá came inside. That was great. But then you take out Arturo Vidal, which was the only player helping us cover up some space whenever there was an open opportunity for Iñaki Williams, or be it Yuri Berichiche, or be it, I don't know, Susaeta or Iker Muniain. He was the only player trying to cut down those passing lanes, the only player to cover up some ground. Because Rakitic today, he was running, but that's not gonna take you anywhere if you don't run with a freaking purpose. So I don't understand the substitution of taking Vidal out for bringing on Carlos Aleñá. We needed to have someone like Ivan Rakitic out the field earlier. And certainly I believe that, once again, like I said, Coutinho in that position was going to be much better than what we saw Rakitic, or, well, by that manner, Vidal in that sense, you know. They need somebody to contribute us from the midfield, and Philippe Coutinho was that player. In that same manner, starting someone like Malcolm, even someone like Kevin Prince Boateng up top from the get-go would have given a little bit more of a, I don't know, stretch, because we knew that the defense that Athletic BIlbao has been really good out of late. That's something that I analyzed on my match preview, and you can see that it was the very same thing today, because they were very close. Valenciaga, Íñigo Martínez, Yeray, and also Oscar de Marcos. They were all very close. They were very compact. We need somebody like Malcolm. You know, you can just give a pass to him and then he will run a little bit of pace, stretch out, open up a little bit more gaps for people like Messi, like Suarez. It was just very difficult to penetrate that defensive line. And Coutinho there, or even by the manner, well, Suarez or Messi, needed someone else to help them. Malcolm would have been the perfect choice. Put Malcolm there, bring Coutinho in the midfield. Come on, guys, this is absolutely simple. This is like basic football, and Valverde is just not contributing to this because he believes that just by starting the best players, we're going to get a result. That's not always the right choice. Today, I saw a team that absolutely demolished and played like a wonderful squad. A complete machine. Manchester City. Manchester City did absolutely beat with Chelsea. with Chelsea, and Barcelona cannot do anything against Atletico Bilbao. At Manchester City do really follow this philosophy where you can take out one player out of one position, put somebody else, and they're still gonna work perfectly. For instance, Zinchenko was at the left back position and still they won 6-0. You know, that's the thing. Whenever you got a squad which is actually working properly and you understand what you are doing, you can take out one player and then put any sort of player in with a similar profile and it's gonna work the same, you know, because it's like a different screw. You take out one screw A, you put another screw A inside, be it one screw A that you bought for 80 million euros or one that you brought up through the youth. But guess what? The machine still works. It still runs. Barcelona right now is not that. Barcelona right now, they have different options, but they don't follow a similar philosophy. You can just see the bad planning that was put in this team. And it's not being helped by Ernesto Valverde, which is a manager which honestly last season was reading the games very well, but this one just seems to be favoring those players with a bigger name, those players which are more experienced by a sense, which is not yielding out those results that we need. Throughout the first half, certainly Athletic Bilbao were the better team. We just conceded too many attacks from them all around the field. Like, honestly, Athletic Bilbao came out with, what, 13 shots, I believe? 5 on target, and Barcelona just 10 and 2 on target. Are you kidding me? Barcelona had 67% possession, but guess what? This is not a game which is played by numbers. No, this is a game where you actually have to do something with that possession, and Barcelona did absolutely fuck all. Like, we had, how many blocks? We had 19 blocks on our own half. That means that Athletic Bilbao had 19 different times where they had the ability to come all the way to our box. Something where Barcelona, that was unheard of before. This Barcelona team doesn't know how to track back. This Barcelona team doesn't have the attitude to come back, and that's something that is not because of the players that we have, because we have players that can help us doing that, but just because the way that the teams are being set up is not good enough. It's very simple to understand what things are wrong, and it just keeps bothering me time and time again. But well, going a little bit more positive this time around, trying to look at the good outlook of the situation. Really, I believe that a player that really stand out today was Nelson Semedo. Even though Nelson Semedo played as a left back, he still had a pretty decent game. Marc Andre Ter Stegen saved for us so many times. That shot from Iñaki Williams, I think, inside the box, like just what, 2, 3, 4 yards outside from the actual goal line, and Ter Stegen just like stops, predicts the shot, because you can see the movement of Ter Stegen's arm first and the shot is being taken, and boy, that's like some top tier goalkeeping right there. If it wasn't for Ter Stegen, Barcelona would have completely lost this game, and we're very thankful to have somebody like him, really, because he has been absolutely insane. Sergio Roberto was also probably one of my candidates for man of the match. He was absolutely everywhere throughout the field, and I think we're also really lucky to have such a versatile player that can play in absolutely every single position. And I would have been a little more inclined to actually put Sergio Roberto as the left back position, but I guess that really doesn't even matter, because none of those two players had enough impact on this side to actually get us through the line. And well, now guys, there's one player which I really want to talk about, and that's Carles Aleñá, because Carles Aleñá, I was watching this game with a friend via like Skype and whatever, and he was like, who is this guy, Carles Aleñá? I have never seen this guy play. You know, he moves so gracefully. He looks like the perfect Barcelona midfielder. And that because he actually is. Aleñá today was superb. You don't know how much of an impact he made in this side after bringing him for Arturo Vidal, which still doesn't make sense for me. Once again, like I said, Carles Aleñá should have come in for Rakitic. But well, Carles Aleñá has really been taking these chances very, very nicely. And it wouldn't surprise me to see even Carles Aleñá played as a starter in probably the next game against Real Valladolid. He has really been that good. And I also would encourage Valverde. I would take a plane from Bournemouth to Barcelona just to go to Valverde's front door and be like, por favor, Ernesto Valverde, Chingurri Valverde, lo que sea que te digan, por favor, la puta madre, no pongas a Rakitic en un partido más. Don't fucking put Rakitic on another game. Come on, what the hell, man? Just start Vidal and Aleñá. That's what the side needs. Or even just start Coutinho and Vidal. Oh, every single time I want to speak about something, I just go back to Rakitic, because Rakitic and Valverde. Come on, can somebody do some like fan flick of this, guys? Because it's getting absurd. And the final guy, Dembélé. Dembélé was a really big, impactful player today. And we can just see how much this side actually missed him after he has gone through that situation, reverted, and now become a very solid player for our team. He has been incredible whenever he had the ball, really. He just did 1-2 passes. Very first touch, he already gave us a foul. That's a very good improvement, I believe. And I don't want to compare him to Coutinho because they're not similar players. They're not similar players. But what Valverde is doing is putting those two not similar players in the same context because they're playing him in the same position. Dembélé is going to be an amazing player. We already know it. And he's going to help us so much coming out late. And I'm very happy that he has gotten some few minutes here to get back into that rhythm, especially. But now, the one final thing I want to mention in this review is, why the frick are we bringing Thomas Vermaelen in at the 86th minute? Yeah, Valverde, I never want to see another defender come inside without a genuine reason. And today there was none. Because Clement Lenglet could have. I don't want to say that I'm being mean or a douchebag or anything, but come on. Even Clement Lenglet knows that he could have stayed in that field for 4 more minutes. You know, he was perfectly fine. He ran after his knock or whatever. Back into the field. There was absolutely no genuine reason. Like 4 minutes. Okay, risk it for the freaks. Leave a little, you know? Risk it. 4 more minutes. Bring somebody else who's gonna be useful, like Kevin Prince Boateng or someone like Malcolm. You brought them for a freaking reason. You're paying them for a freaking reason. Bring them. Bring them in. We need to get these points. And now Barcelona are just 6 away from Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. 6 points, guys. That's Barcelona losing to Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. If they beat us, somebody else is gonna win the league. It's as simple as that. And I'm not putting that away of really kind of like the spectrum here, because Real Madrid could genuinely beat us. You know why? Because they're playing Bernabeu back to back, and they're a good team. They're playing much better now. And I'm not saying that I'm a pussy or whatever, but this Real Madrid side is not the same that we've been seeing all of this season. This Real Madrid side is much better. So we gotta be careful now. There is La Liga, La Liga. There's competitive, and Barcelona right now are screwing it. All the things we had in our advantage, we're screwing it. And now if we lose it, it's going to be down to Valverde and his freaking substitutions. And he's not placing basically the team right, you know? He's not reading the games well because, I don't know. I just don't know what to say, guys. There's Liga, guys. There is a Liga. And don't feel that it's going to be easy to win this league because we screw up and they're going to be knocking on our door, okay? But well, guys, that's going to be everything for today. Tomorrow, we're going to bring you some match previews for the Champions League. The Champions League is back this Tuesday, and I'm excited as freaking ever. So, guys, but well, now it's your turn to leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment box down below. And if you have enjoyed this video, be sure to drop us a like. If you didn't, a dislike, and tell us why in the comment box down below. Also, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and certainly stay tuned for those previews of the Champions League. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.